You give me 3 minutes, 1 round, I'll give you boxing. February 5th is a Fox pay-per-view featuring former welterweight champion Keith Thurman against former 140-pound champion Barrios. This is what people are being asked to pay for. It's been over 2 years since Keith Thurman fought and lost against Manny Pacquiao, and Barrios was knocked out in his last fight by an undersized 140-pounder but a ferocious puncher in Tank Davis. The surprising thing going into this fight is that Thurman weighed in at 145.5 pounds. It's a weight he hasn't been at since 2014. So is he ripped and ready for the fight, or has he left his fight in the gym? If one-time Thurman has anything left in the tank, he's going to win this fight, and I think it's a good thing for boxing if he can look good and get his name up there with those other great fighters in this division. Also on February 5th, the GOAT, Claressa Shields, the pound-for-pound queen of boxing. She's in the UK defending her middleweight belts against unbeaten Emma Kozin. Shields should win this fight and set up a huge match with Savannah Marshall, who was the only person to beat Shields in a boxing ring back when she was an amateur. January 24th marked 13 years since Shane Mosley destroyed Antonio Margarito, became the welterweight champion of the world. Right before the fight started, HBO announced that Mosley's trainer, the late great Nazim Richardson, noticed something illegal on the hand wraps of Margarito. I was a producer for HBO then, and I spent time with Shane Mosley just weeks before that fight in his gym. He was training in Big Bear, California, and even when the cameras were off, all Mosley talked about was how he was going to beat Margarito, and he went out and did it. On February 2nd, they had the first press conference for the blockbuster fight between lightweight champion Katie Taylor and 7-division champion Amanda Serrano. They are two of the best fighters in the sport. They're making a huge payday. These fighters are going to be the first females to headline in Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing, and I can't wait to see them fight April 30th on DAZN. I want to be at MSG for that one. In the Ukraine, there's a huge situation. They seem to be on the brink of war with Russia. Former heavyweight champion Vladimir Klitschko is from the Ukraine. He has joined the Ukraine Army Reserve, so he's willing to fight for his country if it comes to that. Let's hope that cooler heads prevail, but I applaud Klitschko for what he's doing. It looks like March 19th is the date that Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano have their rematch to decide who is the king of the junior middleweight division. I can't wait to see this rematch. They had a draw in their first fight last July, and Charlo needed a big rally down the stretch to get that draw. I think Brian Castano opened a lot of eyes in America to his skill set. This is another fight I can't wait to see. January 26th would have been Salvador Sanchez's birthday. Salvador Sanchez was one of boxing's greatest fighters. He was a Mexican featherweight champion in the 1980s. I encourage you, look at his fights with Wilfredo Gomez, with Azuma Nelson. He's a Hall of Famer, and tragically his life was cut short in a car accident at the age of 23. I remember him for his greatness in the ring, and I remember that he was taken from us too soon. There's the bell. The round is over. Let's do it again.